Welcome to another Ravenberry video. Today I'm going to be showing you which trinkets are best used with which toons. So the first one we're going to be doing is Poppy. Now for Poppy, I would recommend Blushy Bat because it goes really well with her passive ability, which gives her a 50% speed boost for 3 seconds once she is attacked. 3 seconds is just not enough to get away from the Twisteds. So what the trinket Blushy Bat does is it increases the attack cooldown of the Twisteds. Like, it stuns the Twisteds for a bit longer so that they won't push onto you as quickly and you have a higher chance of getting away. I would also recommend Pink Bow or Speedy Shoes. These can be swapped out for Blushy Bat. However, if you have both, it doesn't hurt you. I would recommend either Blushy Bat or Pink Bow, seeing as they help most, but Speedy Shoes is also pretty good. I would also recommend an extraction trinket, such as Machine Manual or Wrench. I don't know. Both of them can be purchased from dandy shops, so I think there's a very simple trinket loadout. I would recommend Wrench, purely because her extraction speed isn't the best, and therefore Machine Manual won't be as effective. But yeah, also V-Mote, but unless you're playing half a masteries, it's unlikely that you're going to have that. So I would recommend Machine Manual or Wrench. Blushy Bat can be gained from joining the Discord server. The next toon I'm going to be showing you the best trinket combo for is Boxen. Now Boxen's passive allows them to be much faster extraction the more players there are in a team. So I think it's quite reasonable to assume that you're going to be mostly playing Boxen in teams and not solos. Therefore I recommend Friendship Bracelet. The more toons that are alive, the more stamina you get, and it just goes quite nicely with his ability, and it's very good for team work. And I would also recommend, you could use Machine Manual because, you know, you could, and it just gives that extra boost, or Wrench or V-Mote, although again you're unlikely to have that unless you're playing him for masteries. But honestly, I would also recommend Full Swipe, which can be bought from Dandy's shop. And basically, what it does is it gives you an increased walk and run speed when a new floor arrives, just allowing you to get to those machines a bit faster. And yeah, you're more likely to get onto a machine. Because unless you have a V, like a whole team full of Vs, you're probably going to be one of the fastest extractors in your round as long as you have a full team. So an extra speed boost at the beginning of the floor could be really helpful in getting to machines faster and getting on more machines. Next toon is Shrimpo. There really isn't much I can say about Shrimpo. His stats are literally 1 star and everything. However, for general survivability, I would definitely recommend Pink Bow because it increases your run speed by 7.5, and run speed is going to be what's most useful to you. Also, Alarm would be good because it allows you to get to the elevator much quicker. And so therefore, the last machine being on the other side of the map won't be as much of an issue. But Pink Bow would help you more generally. I would also recommend Wrench or V-Mote. I don't recommend really any other extraction trinkets. Blue Bandana could also be useful because it decreases your skill check chance. So if you don't have V-Mote or Wrench, I would definitely recommend that. Yeah, there's really not much else I can say about Shrimpo. You're just gonna have to live with it. It's a challenge. What do you expect? The last toon we're gonna look at is Toodles. Now, Toodles' stats are quite balanced, actually. The only difference between the starter's stats is literally it's just 1 star has been taken for extraction and given to stealth. So therefore, I think an extraction trinket would be best. I think Wrench or V-Mote definitely. I also recommend Pink Bow, although you can of course change this for Speedy Shoes. recommend some sort of extraction trinket, such as rank or magnifying. Or you could also use mag or participation award if you have them. However, because her skill check is big enough, however, 3-star isn't that big. So unless you're okay with small skill checks, I wouldn't recommend them as much. But yeah, that's a good loadout to have.